We're going to start assembling our Orthoblock Assembly 2. And just to give you an idea of what that looks like, I'm going to bring one up. By now you should have all of your parts placed and kind of in the area in which we're going to assemble them. So the same as we did in Assembly 1, we're going to take a cube and we're going to make sure that it's blue, right-click, and choose grounded. We're going to pin this in place so that it doesn't move. Double check and make sure that the cube that you wanted to pin in place does in fact not move. Okay, so it's probably easiest in this instance to start by attaching the cubes to the cube that you grounded. So we're going to go up to constrain and I'm going to choose mate. I'm going to mate this side to this side and click apply. Then I can flush front side to front side, apply, and I can flush top side to top side and apply. I don't need to X out yet. I can go right back into mate and I can choose this side and really any of these sides. Click apply and I can flush the front sides again and I can flush the top sides again. Okay, so the next part, it gets a little bit tricky. We are going to attach our cylinder to this cube. So same as we did in Assembly 1, we're going to switch our type from mate to tangent. Now we're going to use outside as a fancy, which is a fancy word for mate. So I'm going to mate the outside of my cylinder, the curved edge, and I'm going to turn this around using my navigation cube, and I'm going to choose the outside of this. Click my home screen so I can see what it looks like, and I'm going to click apply because it looks good. Now I can go back into mate and I can choose flush, and I'm going to flush my top side of my cylinder to the top side over here. I'm going to click apply. It looks like it's in the right spot, but we know that we need to flush something twice in order to lock it into place. So I'm going to go back into tangent and I'm going to choose inside as my solution, which is another word for flush in this instance. So I'm going to choose my curved side and I want it flush with the front side of this. So we're really choosing front side to front side, and I'm going to click apply and I want to check. This is stuck in place and so are all of these. Next up is getting these three into place, our two triangles and our half cylinder. So if you're ready for that, go back into constrain and we're going to mate our triangle side to this side. And it just so happens that this turned a very nice way for me. So I'm going to click apply and I'm going to click flush and I'm going to flush the bottom side of my triangle to the bottom side of my structure, and I'm going to click apply to that, and this needs to get locked into place. So this is where it gets really tricky. I'm going to go back into constrain and I'm going to click on flush, and I want to flush this side of my triangle to this side of my structure, and I would need it to be back 2 spots, 2 spaces, so 2 blocks, which in other words is 2 inches because our pieces are 1 inch by 1 inch. So when I offset it by 2, it brings my triangle back 2 inches. This triangle is mated and it will be flushed twice when I click apply. Okay, so now we need to figure out how to get the other triangle attached to this. I am going to go to mate And I'm going to click on this side of my triangle. I want to mate this side of my triangle to this side of my other triangle. And here's where it gets kind of funky. I'm going to click apply. And now we need to turn this triangle upside down. We need to turn it around. So I'm going to click flush, and I want this side of my triangle flush with the bottom side of my triangle, of my other triangle. It completely turns the triangle around, and I can click apply. Flush one more time by flushing this triangle side to this triangle side, and I can click apply. This will vary amongst all of you. You may have your first triangle upside down, and you'll have to figure out a way to maneuver it so that it goes in the correct spot. So you'll need to use what you've learned to try and figure out how to assemble this. Everybody's will be different. So take this video as an idea of how to do yours. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to mate the half cylinder to this square. Click apply, and we're going to flush this side to the bottom side of the structure. Click apply, and then we have a curved side here. We have a curved edge, so I'm going to go into tangent, and I'm going to go to inside, which is flush, and I want the curved side to be flush with this side. Click apply, and you should have a completed piece at this point in time. Check everything to make sure that it doesn't move, and then you can go to File and save this in your GTT folder as Orthoblock Assembly 2.